Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at some other figures. It feels like it's been a while since I've had this kind of camera set up, but I'm very excited to be back. It feels like it's been a while, so we're going to be doing something fun. This is going to be a fun one. It's not going to be that long, but that's usually what I say, and this turns out to be like an hour-long video. But this one's going to be a cool one because we're taking a look at more nostalgic reviews. Now, I know I missed last Monday. I'm very sorry about that. It's just been crazy. A lot of stuff going on. But in June, it's going to be crazy. I am going to be pumping out a lot of stuff for June because I have a lot of stuff for June. So stay tuned for that. We might even go past some Mondays, so that's going to be fun. But we're taking a look at another nostalgic figure that I have had in the past, and probably you have as well. And we're taking a look at some of these older figures, so I hope you guys do enjoy this one. We are taking a look at two figures today, both from the exact same movie. And this is based off the Terminator Salvation movie from 2009. And we're taking a look at these two figures right here. So I've had these figures not for that long. This guy I've actually had the longest, technically, until I got rid of my original one. And now I got a replacement one. And then we have this one as well. So we're going to be taking a look at both of these figures. Both of these figures I thoroughly enjoy. Wish there were some things a little bit better with both of them, but that's pretty much with any figure, pretty much. So we're going to be taking a look at both of these guys, but before we do that, we're going to be taking a look at the packaging as we usually do, and that's pretty much going to be it. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this one. Let's get right into the review. So as far as packaging goes with the Terminator Salvation line, I think that it just looks super, super dope. I absolutely love it. Now, Terminator Salvation as a movie is not great, but it was one of the first Terminator movies I ever watched. I also played the entire game, and I also had like one of the animated DVDs or whatever that came with Salvation. So I have a lot of good memories, and of course I got the figures at my Toys R Us. I remember seeing these packages on the shelf, and I just had to get one. So I got myself the T-600. Which the T-600 has become one of my favorite Terminator variants of all time, right up there next to the Arnold Terminator figure. So it's just one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. I love the top part with the Terminator head right up at the top. The weird squiggly kind of DNA strand lines on the eyes look very odd, but I really do like the purple that mixes in with the silver, little bit of the kind of rusty orange, and the eyeballs look really cool. And of course Terminator Salvation right there. Of course that's where the figure is supposed to be. Interchangeable heads, some other stuff as well. And of course these are made by Playmates, which are the good people who brought us the Godzilla figures that we've reviewed recently. T-600 right there, some stuff right there. Got some stuff at the very back as well, some stuff that you can read if you want to, and a bunch of other Terminator figures that you can get. And I don't think this is all of them, so this is definitely really cool. I remember I did have this one as well. I actually really do like this one. But it's pretty dope. Really do like it. But of course, this one I just had to get for myself because this one was just a huge nostalgic piece. So that is packaging number one. Number two is pretty much the same. It just has a little bit different. This is for the T-1, which is kind of like the turrets kind of mode for the Terminators. So this is pretty cool. You could see that there's just a bunch of other stuff as well. Some stuff at the back, which is pretty much all the same, nothing new. So yeah, I think it's really dope. Let's get the figures out here themselves. So we are taking a look at our first Terminator. This is the T-600 figure that we have, and I just absolutely love this thing. This is just one of my favorite Terminator figures, and also just one of my favorite variants. I would love to have kind of like that Mafex look for this figure because it's just so cool looking. I absolutely love the design in the movie, and in the games he just is so cool looking, and it's such a unique concept. So I absolutely love this thing. So getting into it, he does come with only kind of one accessory, but he also does come with a couple as well. Of course you can remove the whole backpack piece, so that kind of comes separately, which is kind of neat. So we're going to be taking a look at this real quick. So first of all, you get the kind of backpack piece, which is pretty dope. really do like the way that looks. Let's see if we can kind of get this a little bit more focused. There we go. So there's the piece. I really like the sculpting. I think the sculpt work is pretty good on this figure overall. He does have the kind of bullet belt kind of coming from the backpack all the way up to the end here, which is pretty nice. It's made out of a kind of nice rubbery plastic. It doesn't feel like it's going to snap off unless you like pull it really hard. And I really do like just the way it feels. He also does come with the gun as well. I really do like this minigun. It's sculpted very nicely. Not really much paint going on. I mean, it's all black and that's pretty much it. No dry brushing or anything. But I still really do like just the way they do that. And of course, there's like a little tiny slit right there where you pretty much are supposed to feed the belt into it, just like so. You just slide it into there and just pull it from the other side, and there you go. I think that is really dope. And of course, there's two little clamps there, and there's going to be two holes on the back of the figure where you just clamp it right into the back, and there you go. Now, holding it is pretty, I guess, kind of difficult. It's kind of hard to do. I mean, just kind of getting it at the right angle is not great. He does not have a good grip on it at all. I'm pretty sure you could probably heat up the hands and kind of get a better grip on it, but that kind of sucks. This whole back piece right here, this little loop at this part, does not clamp onto the arm at all. It clamps a little bit better up here. So that's usually kind of where I have it when I display it, so it doesn't fall. But that just kind of leaves the him not actually holding the handle itself. So I think that kind of sucks. But hey, it's whatever. If you do want to hold it like that, you can. It just kind of like, you know, it will pop off easily. So yeah, that kind of sucks. He does come with an alternate headpiece, which is probably not my favorite, but I mean, it's pretty cool as for what it is. So this is the other head variant, which is pretty cool looking. I do like the way it looks, and I think the sculpting work is very nice on it. I think there's like a tiny bit of like kind of a wash over it, just a tiny bit, because it does highlight all these cracks and crevices. I think it's really dope. There is a light piping feature. So if we kind of bring our little light closer at the very top of his little head here, you can see that the eyes kind of have that nice glow to it, like it's pretty much alive, which I really do like, and it looks very nice, but having it on the figure is not really my favorite, just because it looks kind of odd. So if we do take our T-600 here, take off the original headpiece, which of course we will take a look at in a little bit, slide it onto here like so, and that's pretty much all the way in. So he has a very, I don't know, it just looks very odd to me. I don't know if it will to you, but that just doesn't look right. I think the dome is a little bit too big, and the neck kind of pokes out a little too much. I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe you guys won't have a problem with it, but I don't know, just to me it just doesn't seem right for him. But I mean, it's kind of neat. Also, just like, it's too overly detailed. Like, I really do like the way it looks, but it kind of doesn't match the rest of the body. So I don't know, I usually don't use this headpiece. I never really cared for it that much because I just thought it was overly big, and comparing it to this headpiece, there's not much of a big size comparison difference. I mean, it's a big difference, but it'd be kind of cool if you had like a bunch of these. I think it'd be kind of a nice army builder, to be honest. Maybe shave down the neck a little bit more, so it kind of slides in kind of like how it's supposed to. I don't know, but other than that, that's pretty much my only complaint. I don't use this head sculpt, but it is cool that it is there. So now, moving on to this actual figure itself, I think he looks very cool. So starting off with that beautiful headpiece there, and trying my best not to mess up the camera that much. I think it looks awesome. I think that this head sculpt looks very cool. It's very clean, very nice looking. I just always loved just the way this head sculpt looks. It just looks so creepy, to be honest. It does not really look like a human, but I mean, if you've seen the actual movie, they don't really do a great job with kind of blending in with the humans, but I really do like it. I've always loved this look for him. I love just the metal exposed pieces over this kind of fake looking mask or skin that they're wearing over it. I think it's really, really nice. I like how you could see that it's a normal mouth kind of in there as well. I just overall like the battle damage for this head, and there's some battle damage at the back of the neck too, which I think looks very, very cool. But overall, it's just like, I don't know. I just think it's really, really cool of how they did this figure, and especially with this head sculpt. It's not perfect, but I mean, whatever. And if we do bring that light back over here as low as we can, you can see that he does also have a little, a little bit of light piping as well, just at the very top of his little noggin right there. So that's pretty cool. For the rest of his body, it's nothing like amazing, but it does look very cool. I really do like the just kind of the battle damage that this figure has. It's not overly detailed, but the sculpting is very, very nice. I really do like how you can kind of see the other side of the torso. I think that's really, really cool. From the back side, that's pretty much what it looks like there. The arms, I think, do look pretty nice. And of course, you get down to the legs. I think all of it looks very nice. It's honestly very painted. It's painted very nicely as well. It's not overly detailed, but I actually really do like it. For posability, he does have quite a bit, to be honest. He does have the swivel at the head, which goes side to side. He does have the arm that can move out about that far, can do a full rotation, and of course can swivel, but that's basically what that is. He has a swivel at the elbow here, and he has a single bend at the elbow, and a swivel at the wrist, and he's got a swivel here, which kind of sucks because it's not like a full swivel. It's kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't stay in place. It just has that kind of weird spring to action thing, which is kind of cool. Like if you're kind of fighting somebody, you know, you can just kind of pimp slap or something. I don't know, but it's whatever. But he does have a decent spread. Really do like the detail. I actually kind of like the kind of ring there. It'd be kind of cool to paint over this guy just a little bit, but I don't know if I'll ever do that. But of course, you have the spread like I showed you. He doesn't have any back leg movement because his ass is pretty much in the way. He has a movement that goes about that far, which is nothing crazy, and a single bend at the knee. So posability is very kind of limited, but I don't really think that this figure is going to need a whole lot of posability, but it's still a very nice figure. I really do like this figure. I think he's really, really cool. I think the posability is very nice. So honestly, you know, the sculpting work I think is very good on him. I really do like how they did the overall sculpt work. The quality of him feels very nice. I think my only complaint would probably be maybe the chest or like the waist movements. That's pretty much the only thing that I might complain about. And this the arm cannon just kind of being kind of loose when you put it on. But other than that, I think this is a very solid figure, and I really do like it. So if I had to give it a score, my score would probably be a 3.9. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. So kind of comparing it next to the Mafex Terminator, yeah, he does have a pretty big height advantage over the T-800, but hey, it's still really cool. I would love to see a Mafex figure of the T-600. So now we move on to the T-1. I don't care for this thing at all. Now, it looks really cool. I actually really do like it. I've always wanted it for a long time, but there's just some things that I just don't really care about, to be honest. So taking a look at the only accessory he has, it's a card, which is very odd. I've never seen a card. I didn't know they came with cards, but it's kind of cool that he comes with one. It's a very nice image of the still image. I don't remember actually seeing this in the movie. I think I saw it once, but I think it was like at the very end though. But you can see Terminator Salvation T1, and you can see that he's got some stuff that you can read for yourself. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I just don't really, I don't know. I just don't recall them having cards, but it's pretty cool. So bring out the figure again. I mean, again, it's not really bad or anything, but I just don't really care for it. I think my main complaint is the size of this thing. Everything else I can definitely give a pass because, it's not a bad figure, but the size of it is just kind of lackluster, to be honest. And when these figures came out, I'm pretty sure they weren't that much, maybe like $20, I think, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's just not great because if you do bring out the this figure, he just towers over this thing. And usually when I think of these turret Terminators, I just think that they're supposed to be big. You know what I mean? I feel like the figure should be probably to there because I just always think of these things as massive. So it's just not really my favorite when it comes to the size of it. But everything else does look nice. I do like the sculpt work on it. The painting is not the best. I love the silver. The silver all looks awesome, but when it comes to like the dirt painting, it kind of looks like shit. Like, look at that. It just doesn't look right. It just looks like somebody painted it. And I can easily do a better job myself. So, yeah, it's not really the best, but it's not bad either. I do like that he does come with like rollers. He does have some wheels at the bottom, so he can roll around pretty well. And when you turn the front, I guess, treads, it's pretty cool that it kind of does follow it. So I think that's pretty cool. Nothing crazy. He does have some there as well, just wheels, and the treads do not move at all. So, but it does look very cool. He does have some other posability, which is a very odd waist swivel, because there's just kind of like a, I don't know if it's like a ratchet, but I mean, there are some ratchet clicks, but there's also just kind of like this, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it doesn't ratchet, sometimes it does. It's just odd sometimes, but it is really cool. Really do like the face of it. It actually does look pretty creepy. And bringing back in the light, if I can get it just right. I don't think I can. Well, anyways, you kind of got the idea. He does have some light piping onto the head right there, which you can kind of see with those little red beady eyes. I think it's pretty cool. Not really the best, but pretty dope. Really do like the backside. I love the belt. Pretty much the same material and kind of the same design as the T-600. So I think that's pretty dope. He does have some hidden features. He does have some movability here as well. Be careful with these because they kind of do tend to fall off like so. So you pretty much just kind of slide them back in like this. So, but they just kind of fell off a lot, just a little bit, but whatever. And he also does have another little feature. If you click these little side buttons right here, and of course right here, he is able to shoot out his machine guns, which is, not what happens in the movie. They're pretty much like machine guns, like a little mini guns on his arm. But no, he pretty much bamboozles the entire resistance and just uses it as a missile. So it's very interesting on how they did that, but it's kind of a cool feature. The function of it does work pretty well. I think it works more on the left side than it does on the right, but it's still really cool. You just kind of slide that in there like so. Yeah, that one shoots a little bit more, but other than that, that's pretty much this one. It is kind of cool to mess around with. I do like it, but it's just not really my favorite. And here he is next to the Mafex Terminator, which is just a little, I just want this thing to be bigger, but I'm pretty sure he was the same price as the T-600, so it's not the best. The card's cool and all, but I don't know, it's not my favorite. I never had this one as a kid. The only one that I did have was the T-600 and that other Terminator I showed you on the packaging. So yeah, those are the only two. I wanted this one just because I've always wanted this one for a while, but it's not bad. I really do like it as like a display piece, but if you kind of have it with your Terminator figures, it's just not really my favorite. So that is pretty much that. For a scoring for this one, I don't think I'd give it higher than the T-600. I think the sculpting is pretty nice. The paint job is but it's not bad. The quality, I don't know. I like it. It's just kind of odd in some spots. You know, this whole ratchet joint piece just, I don't know. It just feels a little weird to me. And of course, these little blasters coming off as well. Kind of be careful as well because these like end pieces seem a little rubbery, and I'm sure you're not gonna break it. I mean, it seems a little too hard, but I would just still be careful with these little pieces because they are made of like a rubbery material, but it just almost feels like it's gonna break. So quality is pretty decent on these, on this figure. The paint job I don't really care for. Sculpting work is fine. Posability is all right, but you know it's not bad, and I still really do like it. It looks cool. I just wish it was bigger and done just a tiny bit better. So I think my score for this one is probably a little lower. I think it's a 3.5 maybe. Not really my favorite, but I still really like it. But I'm very glad that I do have both of these figures. I think they both look very cool. Maybe not together because I just can't get over that size difference, but it's still really cool. I really do like these little figures, and these are pretty dope. So that is pretty much that. That has been the nostalgic month. Now, I have a little surprise for next month, June. I have something a little special. Now, I know on Monday I missed a video and I was supposed to review the Transformers, I think it was Revenge of the Fallen Brawn figure, which is a figure that I have had for a while and is a big nostalgic piece for me, but I sadly could not have the time to do it, and I've been putting this video off for a long time. I've been wanting to make this figure review for probably a couple years now, and I've just haven't had the time to do it. But I think that it is time to actually review it, and I think that that next month is going to be full-on Transformers. We're doing full-on Transformer month because I have recently been getting a lot of Transformers figures as of recently, and I'm not even like in a big Transformers mood right now, but as soon as I saw this guy in Target stores, I lost it. I have a bunch of figures that I need to review, and yeah, it's just gonna be really cool. So for the month of June, every Monday, maybe even a little past Monday too, we're gonna be doing nothing but Transformer figures. Of course, we have Fan Expo coming up, and I believe that Frank Walker and Peter Culling is going to be there. So that's a big Transformer thing right there. Which, of course, those are the voices, the original voices of Optimus and Megatron from the cartoon and even in the movies as well. So it's going to be so cool to actually see them. I am really debating on who I'm going to see. And I really wanted Captain Kirk for a while, but there's just a part of me that really wants to meet those guys, but I guess we'll see when we get there. So it's going to be really cool. I'm very excited to do all of that. And I'm also very excited to review more Transformer figures because, I don't know, I just haven't really reviewed Transformer figures that much recently. But I think it's going to be really fun. I am very excited to actually do it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed what I did for Nostalgic Month. That's pretty much all I have to say so far. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in June. I might do a vlog just to kind of show you around because I did kind of redo the room just a little bit. There's a couple new things. I got a couple new shelves up there, so I'll probably show you guys that or something. But that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you guys in the next video.